Hi guys, it's Beast Fury, and today I'm going to be showing you how to play Creative Destruction with a controller. I'm currently using a PlayStation 4 controller. Now, before you do anything, you must obviously pair the controller with your device. In order to do that, you hold the PlayStation button and hold the share button. It's pretty simple, just hold them both at the same time, the PlayStation button and the share button, and your controller should start flickering. It should do two flickers. It's not like the normal flicker where like flickers once, then stops and flickers again. And then you're gonna go to your Bluetooth. You're going to go to available devices and then simply from there connect the device. Connect your controller to your device. And then once you do that, you're not gonna use this controller to play Creative Destruction. So I'm gonna show you how to use it. You're gonna download this app. It's called Octopus. Now once you download Octopus, you're going to go to Add Games. But before you do even that, you're going to have to uninstall and reinstall Creative Destruction if you already have it on your phone. But once you do that, you go to Local Games. You're going to scroll through your games and find Creative Destruction. And once you do that, you're going to add it. And it's going to pop up right here. As you see, I already have it here. Now you're going to tap Creative Destruction. And now, how to use the app. You're going to have this little tab up here to use. This is what you're going to use to configure the controller. I'm just going to get into a game real quick so I can better show you how this works, but I'm going to show you the basics. Basically, you open this tab, you press the plus symbol. Once you press this tab, buttons you already put here are going to be here. So you're gonna press the plus button. You can add your left analog and right analogs. That corresponds to the left analog stick and right analog stick on your controller. And in order to add a button to the game, you're going to press key. Hold on, let me turn down my headphones because this is very loud, very loud. So you're gonna press the plus button, and I'm gonna just remove my R2 button, which is represented by the RB button on the screen. So you press the plus symbol, and then you press key. I'm pressing R2 on the controller. That's represented by RB on the screen. So once you've done that, you're just gonna move your button wherever you want on the screen. I'm gonna use that as my attack button. So I'm just gonna place it right over my attack button on screen. Once you do that, you just press the check symbol to confirm your controls. I'm just going to go to this area over here so I can explain everything else. Well, I mean, I pretty much basically explained everything. When you just press that, you could go to your settings. You could change settings like your sensitivity. You could change the button opacity, and also accurate aiming. Reduce your aiming speed when you're holding your left bumper button or L2 button, which will be represented as LB on the screen. So hold up. Alright, let me get some material. I'm going to show you my configuration now that you know how to use it. This is, in my opinion, this is a pretty great configuration right here. One thing to know about this, sometimes it could be difficult, like sometimes like your controller could be unresponsive, but most of the time it's not too bad, especially if you have a great device. I have an up-to-date Samsung Galaxy S7. Now, use the X button on the screen. That's my triangle button on my controller. I use that to pull out my destructor. I use my directional buttons for my weapons. I usually use my left directional button for a submachine gun, but if I can, I usually use it for a SCAR, and I use my right directional button for AK-47 because they take different ammo types, and they're pretty great weapons, especially when you top fire them. And I usually use my up directional button for scoped weapons like a sniper rifle or scoped AR. I usually use my down button for um, I use it for bandages. And if I could find one, I usually use my left button for a magic box. And if I do, then I usually put my SCAR to the leftover slot over here. Now I've used all the buttons on the controller, so I couldn't assign that to a button. So over here, you're gonna see button Z. That button is I use that's the R1 button. I use that for a quick ramp when you have a weapon out. That's how you that button's gonna be there to quickly build a ramp. I use my L when you're in building mode. I use the L1 button to build a ramp. See, when you use the controller, it makes you a very efficient and quick builder. Better than most players. I mean, it might take some time, it might be a little slow, but when you use a controller, you're going to be far surpass mobile players that play this game. Use my L2 button, which is represented by LB on the screen. The start button, which represents the R3 button, I use that button to crouch. As you can see it on the screen. I use my A button to, the A button represents the square button on the controller. So I press square, reloads. The Y button, oh, I already went over that. I'm still trying to figure out what my C button is. I think that's my aim button. So when I use a scoped weapon, I use circle that represents button C, I believe, and I use that to aim with scoped weapons. The LS button that represents the touchpad on the controller. Um, Now, usually when you're playing a PlayStation 4 game, like you can use the left side as a button and the right side as a button. The touchpad is one button. So I use that to open chests. Let's see if we can find a chest in here. I don't know if the... Okay, here's a chest. So, touchpad to open chest. And yeah, so this is basically my configuration for this game. So, taught you how to use a controller for this game, and I showed you my configuration for this game. If this video is helpful, please leave a like and subscribe, and please share this video. And I'll see you in another video. Goodbye.